your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. Pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's just so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, call in, call in. Double your bed. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize.
Good morning and welcome to and XTV's WUB Wake Up for 27th of June 2024. It's 6:33 a.m. here in studios. My name is Numi Usher, and it is a pleasure to be here with you. I hope you've rested well and are feeling well and are ready to take on this Thursday morning. Before we get into the show, though, we have to give you the weather and the news. The news here is prepared by Creme FM and XTV's news desk, and the weather report is prepared by the National Meteorological.
Good morning, Belize. Conditions will continue less moist today, then a strong tropical wave will start to affect the country tonight. There is a strong thunderstorm watch for the country of Belize. There is a potential for thunderstorms to produce heavy rainfall, intense lightning, and damaging winds. Residents are asked to monitor the weather situation and be ready to act if a strong or severe thunderstorm warning is issued. The 24-hour forecast: skies will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and cloudy skies tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated today, then a few showers and thunderstorms will affect the country, but more so along the coast tonight. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 94 inland, and 81 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 75 inland, and 69 up in the hills. The winds will be from the east-northeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea conditions will be choppy. A small craft caution or warning will likely go into effect later today. A low tide will occur this morning at 7:59, a high tide this afternoon at 1:57, another low tide tonight at 8:53, and another high tide early tomorrow morning at 3:05. The sun rose this morning at 5:20 and will set this evening at 6:31. The moon will set this morning at 10:48 and will rise tonight at 11:22. In the sargassum forecast, sargassum amongst over our area remains low for now, but a slight increase is likely during the coming days. The outlook for Friday and Friday night: skies will be mostly cloudy. Some showers and thunderstorms will affect the country, but more so over central and northern areas. In the tropical weather outlook, a tropical wave over the western Caribbean Sea is producing widespread but disorganized showers and thunderstorms. There is a small chance that this system could develop further once it reaches the northwestern Caribbean Sea or over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico during the next several days. Regardless of development, this system will lead to an increase in rainfall over Belize starting as early as tonight. We at the National Met Service will continue to monitor this system closely and to update the public of any development. For more details on our forecast, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
One suspect was detained for the Tuesday night shooting at the house of the Commissioner of Police, and 3 others were being sought the next day. The police managed to recover a firearm used as well as one of the motorcycles. Authorities believe the intention was to send a message to the compelled Chester Williams and the government in light of their ramped-up efforts to address increasing violence. Williams took time out from his conference in New York for a Zoom Wednesday with the media and shared how he became aware of the shooting at his house.
Just about an hour before landing in New York, I got a call from my son who was at home. But the data that you purchase on plane do not allow you for voice calls. You can only text. So I could not have answered his call. So I messaged him and said to him, I'm in flight, kindly text. And he texted me quickly and said that shots were being fired at the house. I right away forwarded the message to the Belmapan police station and asked them to have the police respond immediately. And I directed my son not to come out, to stay inside the house, secured until the police would arrive there. I must say that the police got there very quickly, and they dealt with the situation. They examined the house and reviewed the surveillance camera system that I have at home, and they were able to obtain some very useful information from the camera system. Subsequent to that, the police mobilized more and conducted interviews and operations, and quickly they were able to apprehend a suspect along with the firearm, which we believe to have been used in the incident. The firearm is a .45 caliber pistol that has been packaged and will be sent to the National Forensic Service Ballistic Section for examination to be compared with the shells that were found at the scene.
Williams also spoke about the potential motive behind the shooting.
Well, I guess someone just wants to send a statement if they think that I am going to be perturbed or intimidated by their action, then they have the wrong man. Certainly, as the Commissioner of Police, I have a mandate. And my mandate to the Belizean people is clear, which is to do all I can within my power to make sure that our people are safe. So they can come and shoot 1,000,000 times. That will not distract me from doing what I need to do. But what I can say to them is that they will be pursued no matter where they go. They will be caught and they will be dealt with. It is something that I take very seriously, and we will act decisively in making sure that the perpetrators of this and other incidents are brought to justice.
According to the Compol, the person detained has been charged with various offenses before and is affiliated with one of the gangs in that area. The Compol says he resides in Kamalote and so he would not have been of interest under the state of emergency. He affirmed that this incident does not lead them to believe they need to expand the state of emergency to other areas. The Compol was asked if he has adopted a softer stance and is less feared than he was in the past. At the same time, he addressed the increased level of lawlessness being seen in Cayo.
Whilst the criminals operate without any rules, I have to operate within rules, and I have to operate within the scope of the law. So as much as, yes, from my personal feeling, my personal standpoint, I would love to do certain things. I cannot do that if it is not going to be done in accordance with the law. So I remain a law-abiding citizen. I am the chief law enforcement officer of the country. I must abide by the laws. And so whatever needs to be done in dealing with any criminal elements, I will always ensure that it is done in accordance with the law. And again, things that used to happen back in the days, I have grown. I have become wiser over the years. I must say that. And I have also learned to become more compliant with rules and regulations. If I want to lead an organization like the police, I have to lead by example. I cannot lead my officers to believe that to be out there and abusing the rights of people is the right thing to do. I cannot do that, no. But we do have some young people who are growing up today who obviously they're just idle and they don't give a damn. What we need to do is to make sure we identify those persons and we go after them. So I will say to those lawless people in the West, yo, spread your bed, you're asleep on it. That's what my grandmother used to tell us. So they must expect what is going to come to them, because we're not going to back down. We're not going to be distracted. We will press forward and we'll do so hard. They need to get the sense. Enough is enough. The police will be in full force, making sure that we pursue every one of them and to gather evidence to be able to make sure that we put them away. And I call upon the public to please work with the police, because we cannot take things for granted and think that, oh, because you are not the victim now, you'll never become a victim. You may well become one if we don't work with the police in making sure that we rid our society of these type of people who live to make our lives a misery.
The government of Belize has lost an appeal at the Caribbean Court of Justice, and the Ministry of Natural Resources is therefore being ordered to pay 4.55 million Belize dollars in land compensation to Primrose Gabriel, plus interest from 2007. The case is an old one and involves the compulsory acquisition of a seafront house lot of Seashore Drive, Seashore Drive in the Buttonwood area of Belize City in February 2007. Gabriel and her son Dion Zabane only became aware of the acquisition in 2019 because prior to that, they had been fighting an injunction sought by the Department of the Environment so they could not fill the seabed property. In December 2019, Gabriel sought redress through the courts, and Justice Michelle Arana ordered that she was to be paid fair compensation, expenses, and for landfill loss. Mediation was ordered to arrive at a figure for damages, but that failed. The matter then went before the High Court Justice James, who rejected Gabriel's valuation and accepted the proposed valuation of just over 1 million Belize dollars by the government. He awarded another 450,000 Belize dollars in other damages and losses. Gabriel appealed, and the Court of Appeal ordered that an expert valuer be appointed to determine the fair market value of the parcel. Gabriel's valuer cited the figure at $8 million. The government appealed to the CCJ, stating that the Court of Appeal was wrong to accept the valuation from Gabriel and asked that the CCJ restore the decision of the High Court. Here's the summary of the decision of the Caribbean Court of Justice as read by Justice Dennis Barrow Wednesday morning.
The appeal was dismissed. The decision of the Court of Appeal to order a remission to the High Court of the assessment of compensation was set aside, and the respondent was awarded compensation in a sum of $4,545,325 with interest from 3rd February 2007 at the rate of 6% per annum until the date of this judgment, and thereafter at the statutory judgment rate of 6% per annum. The sum of Belize dollars 300,000 as reimbursement for landfill, which was excluded from the valuation, was also awarded to the respondent. Prescribed costs in the High Court, costs in the Court of Appeal, and standard costs in this court were awarded to the respondent. The payment by the government of Belize to account and the appropriate deduction was ordered to be made from the sums recoverable by the respondent.
The Statistical Institute of Belize, SIB, revealed employment figures in the country for April 2024, which were gathered through the Labor Force Survey, produced twice yearly. Figures show that over 409,000 persons estimated to be living in Belize, 170,853 people 14 years and older make up Belize's labor force. In terms of which sector employs the most citizens, wholesale and retail trade make up the bulk at 17.4%. When it comes to unemployment, the Statistical Institute of Belize found that our rate in April 2024 was at 3%, or 5,046 unemployed persons. Here's Acting Statistician 1, Anya Mejia.
To be classified as an unemployed person, all three of the following criteria must be met. A person must be without work. These persons must have carried out activities to look for work within the last 4 weeks, and they must have been available to work if a job opportunity became available within the next 2 weeks. The unemployment rate for April 2024 stands at 3%. Female unemployment was slightly higher at 3.9% compared to males at 2.5%. At the district level, there were variations observed. Kaya registered the highest unemployment rate at 3.7%, while Corozal registered the lowest at 1.6%.
Statistical Institute of Belize revealed that for the first 5 months of 2024, the inflation rate was at 3.9% when compared to the same period in 2023. Consumer Price Index, or CPI, is used to indicate how prices that consumers pay for goods and services change over time relative to a base period, and the inflation rate is the percentage change in the CPI between two specific periods. Significant increases were seen in restaurants and accommodation services, up to 11%, and in the food and non-alcoholic beverage sector, up to 6.3%. Statistician 2, Melvin Perez, tells us more.
All right, so now looking at the major categories affecting the cumulative inflation rate of 3.9%. First, we had the food and non-alcoholic beverages with prices increasing by 6.3%. And I must say that this was the major category contributing to the overall increase of 3.9%. It was followed by restaurant and accommodational services with prices increasing by 11%. Then we had the hosting, water, electricity, gas, and other fuel with prices increasing by 2.5%. Now, on the other hand, we had the transport category with prices decreasing by 1.8%.
The cost of food items across the board continues to rise, particularly healthy food options. According to figures released by the Statistical Institute of Belize, SIB, yesterday, for the first 5 months of this year when compared to the same period in 2023, the average cost of vegetables has inflated by 15.5%, while for fruits it is 8.6%. Statistician 2, Melvin Perez, shared more.
First, let's look at the food and non-alcoholic beverages category, with prices increasing by 6.3%. This was mainly due to increases for vegetable, dairy products, meats, cereal products, fruits, sugar, and other food products such as salt. Now, looking at the average prices of selected food items, we can see that most of the items went up by more than 20%, specifically powdered milk, grapefruit, grapes, soursop, cabbage, celery, sweet potato, plantain, black beans, red kidney beans, and sugar.
Brings us to the end of this Thursday morning newscast. Remember, there's more news on Creme FM at 10 a.m. during the morning stew, a news package at 12:30, a news brief at 3, and a full news package this evening at 5 p.m. Here on XTV, we will have a full news package for you this evening at 6 p.m. It is 6:50 a.m. here in studios on this 27th of June 2024. We will take a short break now, but stay with us because when we get back, we jump into this Thursday morning edition of Creme FM and XTV's WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. The news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports.
Atlantic Bank is an institution with more than 50 years of experience in partnership with Belizeans. We have been lending to all industries. We have been investing in the growth and development of Belize. We are proud to introduce Atlantic Bank's micro, small, and medium enterprise loan program. The perfect solution to grow and enhance your small business. Let Atlantic Bank be your partner in making your small business dreams come true. Call us or visit any of our branches countrywide today to find out more about Atlantic Bank's micro, small, and medium enterprise loan program. We will talk you through your options and find the best financial fit for you and your business. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
morning and welcome back on this Thursday morning on XTV Creme FM. It's the 27th of June 2024, 6:57 a.m. My name is Katie Numi Usher. I'm joined now by Nuri Mohammed. Good morning, Nuri. Welcome.
Yes,
how are you?
Yes, I'm good.
You're good?
Very
Okay.
happy to be back.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful,
back,
wonderful.
In the wonderful country of Belize. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Happy
yes.
to be back.
Wonderful,
And
good.
welcome to all of you who are listening. I know that
Right.
we have an increase in our people from the diaspora.
Oh,
and I
great.
think additionally connected because of that wonderful experience that we had last week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think.
Well, that's great. I like that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So good morning to everybody there on the West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
East Coast, Midwest, wherever you are down south, or even in the wider diaspora. 'Cause
Yeah, it's a wide diaspora.
Right. We always
Yeah.
think about the United States, but there are a lot of Belizeans in Canada. They have a lot of them in the Caribbean. You know,
Yeah.
there are some in Europe as well. So good morning or good afternoon, whatever time it is for you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for choosing us. Remember, we do have a donation button on that app if you have an Apple device. On our XTV app, there is a little, it's like a little palm, right? It's like raising its hand, like, hello. Like, you know, when you do those Zoom and you raise your hand, that's our donation button, and no be
Push it.
unfamiliar, right?
Push
We
it.
really
Because we'll
appreciate
take
support.
anything. Actually, you know, it builds up. If you decide all you can do is a little $5, but maybe you could do $5 every month. Imagine what that ends up being. 12 times 5 is $60.
That would be great.
So
That
do
would
it.
be great.
Do
Think
it.
about it.
We'd appreciate it.
So those are the apps. You can also be streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're streaming from. And if you don't have an Apple device, remember you could always reach out to Baka Zinc. You ask for that bank account number, and we would really appreciate your support because that empowers us to do all the wonderful things that we do back here. So, but then just me and you discuss different things. 'Cause there's a lot of things going on.
Give the connection.
But yeah, that connection for you to join into this morning's conversation is 280-5848. Again, that number is 280-5848. That's the number for you to call. Share what's going on in your neck of the woods. Bring us up to speed on whatever is going on with you. A lot of things sometimes miss the news cycle. So that's your opportunity to share with us. Or if you just want to say morning, hello, whatever it is, we welcome. Would be really nice to hear from you. So.
And there's so much to talk about. I mean, the noise going on in the streets of Belize right now is one thing, but there are other things going on likewise, positive things. But can I jump in just one thing
Please
that somebody challenged me on? I made the statement at the summit that we are normally using the equation that there is approximately 300,000 plus going towards 400,000 Belizeans at home. And then somebody suggested that since we don't have a figure, they guesstimate that we probably have about 400,000 in the diaspora, perhaps speaking only of the United States. I kind of had a difference with that because of this clause in our Constitution that said that every descendant of a Belizean has access to Belizean citizenship.
If he or she should so choose, yes.
Okay. And so if that is the case, imagine the amount of Belizeans that have been going to the United States over the last 100 years.
Right.
Because we learned at the summit that one of the first organizations to attempt a Belizean association was in 1924 with Mr. Eddie Leng's father, Eddie Leng Sr., and Selvin Young, also Mr. Samuel Haynes. So these were some of the first efforts there, and that was 1924.
Imagine.
And so we are at 100 years, and Belizeans have been going to the United States over that period of time. So this is my theory, that if we have this long history of Belizeans going to the United States, and then we have naturally Belizeans all over the world, every Belizean who has a citizenship, their children, their grandchildren, etc., can become citizens of the United States. And so therefore, Katie, how could we confine it to such a small figure, especially when you consider that there are people who, at a period of time, was, I don't want to say buying their passport, but they were getting economic citizenship,
right,
which gives them a passport, which makes them a citizen of Belize. So if you do that kind of extrapolation over a long period of time, my theory is we probably have 1 million people in the diaspora.
It's very possible.
Very
it's
possible.
very possible,
Yeah.
or maybe more. Good morning, caller. You are on the air. Please go right ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. XTV, my brother. XTV.
I listen to the show.
Oh, you did listen. All right, Kevin, go through.
You know, it's amazing that some serious things that happen when we talk about it.
Some what, sorry?
Some serious things
yes.
happen in our country.
Right.
That like you watch on movies.
Uh-huh.
And you know, there is nobody I go with going like life is normal. Like, for example, day before yesterday, already they shoot up on police stations at Independence. And then
that Independence, you said,
like
or Roaring
Creek? Day before yesterday, sometimes they shoot up the commissioner house.
Uh-huh.
He must have meant Roaring Creek.
There are things that happen for movies. And then you get to show the level of the underworld, they will need to step up their game. And they act like that, they're not a serious problem amongst us. But they're point where, I don't know if the whole country blind or the whole country just happy with the way things go, but inflation super high, cost of living super high. We're going to have few people that live very rich. They live rich. Few of us, they live very rich in their hard times there. And they live so rich that they have even the media houses control, everybody happy, everybody know they acknowledge the situation happening in our country. For example, we have one very, very problem in the tourism industry. We have a crazy tsunami in this industry in the fact that coming up this week, you have a man from Trinidad, they promote one Belizean music fest. One guy, who actually know, if you know and you don't know, step on the internet, they promote Belize Music Fest. You have known international artists who come the Belize Music Fest. Belize Music Fest is being sponsored by the BTV and Mitch.
Right.
Then a lot of money. Yeah, then at the same one, they double up our park season in November with no consultation to us and ram it down for each show.
Right.
Then I say on the radio, it's 100% increase without even explain what they do with the money what they have right now. What would I have two music fests, not one music fest? We have to double up the employees, like double up the cost of us who use your park to use it. You have to double up the payroll for the niche employees who work on the park and get mosquito bite. I want to pick up the niche employees, because I don't tour there and I go up on inside. I was the like times like today, mosquito they bite you up all day, all night. And these guys live there 24/7.
Right.
And the other day I got on tour and I told one of the big bosses from Mitch today, they harassed me. And one of the big boss, because the big boss drives the newest type of vehicle with yellow plate. And they harassed them, Bali. So I said, I want to let the new boss come talk to them about when they double up the park fees for us, who do I give a double up pay? I want the big boss come tell them why I do help me in this situation. I want to live like every time I read everything, I come and chill on them. They got a simple bucket you could buy, you put one little thing in it and kill mosquitoes from a big radio in all the pants and this and that. And then you can have the ability to buy that for these guys. I only cost $52 a buck for the bucket. But I have to tell you, so I say, man, I can talk to him here, he make over $5,000 a month. He make, well, 5 or 1 put together, he make. We need to understand that too. I don't know if it's going up, but we did have a serious problem in our country to go to ruins. We got a set of people going to school and universities and they learn for rape and thief. We got some ministers of government to get rich. They have to get them run them personal. They run the industry or the ministry, and they're responsible like that in their own personal industry, and they're rich and live rich. You know, they kind of bring music fest and music this and music that. And they don't give account for the first two. And you know things no good. You know when things no good? When you start discount the ticket before the artist they even reach you.
Well, you know, and we had this discussion before. According to you, people listen to Colourbuds. I even remember people listen to Colourbuds too.
I mean, it's a disgrace when the minister told me in the car, in a building road, you know, good in a, down for his job. And nobody tells us about that. Yet they have doubled up the fees for we don't know a build more simple road. We don't continue to fleece the industry. And why are we just set up and say, well, if we don't fight that, the fight when they sit down now, we can't worry about the play for Bolito. That's why they're blind, you know, with Bolito. While they come to ruins. Yesterday, I had a tour company I worked for the past 20 years. And I have to explain to you why the price was triple per heat compared to just before COVID. The price was triple per heat. And you know, the pastor head of each church, I said, David, I think they take advantage of me. How come the price down from this to this for the past amount of years? It has never been that. Then I have to explain to you, come November, then they double up the park fee for me. Come November, it's not to fix their vehicle. Come November, it's not to be the price of inflation. I explained to her to be 35 cents on sugar now. If you don't want you to pay $2, you have to get 1 pound in our country to produce sugar. And we as a simple country don't think we have a problem. You're picking up a school full of education and you go work on a call center living in depression. And we, the country, don't think we have a problem. We got some rich man run about in a Prague and a 2012 Land Cruisers. I don't know if you forgot Land Cruiser, they make you better in a bed, they make you more prominent or what, but look at everybody want one. You want? You know, a country even got good road. Try to drive for it at night. And you and God and become personal there and say, oh my God, yeah. And there you. And then the simplest we live in now. We live in a country less than 500,000 people. Less than 500,000 people, and the amount of money costs to keep we going. And how they fleece we. And we sit down and say fleece we some more. Trick we some more. Lie we some more. Make we stay upon track. Let's go stay upon track. We got a serious problem. When they shoot up your commissioner house.
Right.
Bad thing. That means when they shoot up mine, they shoot up yours. Very bad thing. But the powers that be, the underground powers, they get brave. They get brave. They get brazen. When they shoot the law office with the police station, that's a mafia movie. That's the way of seeing a Scarface.
Right.
That's the way of seeing a Shutters. They don't think they're seeing a really peaceful belief. There's too much I leave it to people to have that kind of problem. With a house family for the guy kind of option among yourself.
Right.
And nobody innocent in that game, you know. Nobody innocent. Nobody innocent. I mean, the simple politicians, they take it for fool. They two of them, they play a game, they show two things after one another while we take lick. And while we take lick, we go to our house and take lick, and we pray that Bolito for we win. Bolito no a temporary problem. Bolito, now we have to keep the country poor. Poor people are tricked. Because the amount of time you win never compare to the amount of time you lose. Okay, what you say, how much big you win. Now, addictive thing. And our problem we have a country that go to ruins. We got a road, one big rain come, the road broke up, and then the engineer tell you everything iron. The man will be nothing wrong with it. And we gobble that, and we drink that down to we throat. We got a country where one minister 60% of the land is owned by 40 families. That's our problem. So I was up on my picnic again when they come out of school. If 60% of the land owned by 40 families, we got a big problem that there is the distribution of wealth. They take care of young people and to make sure when they come out of school and they full of education, they're not on slaves. We got some people here very expensive. They got government and ministers that are elected. They charge you a lot of money to do their job. And they don't do their job half of the time. We pay quadruple, we are paying what's called generational costs for them blunders or them simpleton they make right now. And we as a this don't accept it. No notice we go down the drain and they shoot up a police station, but that's a bad thing. That's a horrible thing. That's a serious, like your body gets a heart attack thing. And if you continue to go and buy the lottery, they drink the rum, and they hang out. Well, and that happened because the economics that believes not right.
Right.
The economics that believes not right. The more you know the flow the way it should, you know the trickle down to everybody. We can't give a fair shot at the game. We can't open a business. I expect for that business open with that government. Double up the entrance fees per week. The price of fuel go up per week. The price of import to a part used to cost $5, cost $25 now. How much time I beat up this golden goose? I think I continually eggs for it. That's a serious thing, you know.
Right.
I prefer being a caller than a co-host.
No, man, I mean, expect you to come in. You sound like a co-host this morning, David.
No, but I tell you.
No, I hear you, brother, and I feel.
Serious issues to deal with.
Yeah.
And the reason I come in, that because it's so serious, you get me in a trouble, G. Because I can't ride with the program. I can't sit down and agree with the government. I can't tell them everything I with everything not I.
Right.
And they Brexit me and they continue Brexit me because I don't want to be a part of the person that feeds my country. I don't want to be a part of the simple system. What's the price of sugar is? What you can buy sugar in a sugar producing country and here with the person that said the reason is the price of sugar at the least too low. We need to tax the least little bit more so they stop thief for sugar.
Right.
What kind of answer? So tax of what? So that tax money going to ASR?
Possibly.
Money going to who? The vendor? Who get a tax money will increase?
Yeah, well, yeah, being a middle.
Sugar. I mean, if you buy sugar, I mean, I common sense. If you buy sugar for one spot, you might buy it for 50 spots. You don't think I'm under the cellular sugar know when a simple purchase or a stupid purchase? He know.
Right.
But he didn't encourage it because it benefit him.
Right.
Now the same thing with the music fest. The music fest ticket, they've done this for a sale. The artists and I mean, touch down from this. And for buy and sell, believe. You go done find the tickets then for a sale. How you make a profit off of something like that? I won't pay the price for the last.
Well,
how they charge you the price for that to be looked for insurance fees again? They are restrict me from the business, they are pressure me in all kind of way. I mean, the middle class society that is a day, if you don't work for somebody that got a 9-to-5 job, super powerful, so you stuck between a place near limbo and you're rough.
Right.
You're rough. I watch it, you know, because a lot of people open business. One of the worst business opening that we right now is a restaurant. Because everybody in the sister that open a restaurant, and one of the most business fail the most.
Right.
And I have people up in the power, they control the people first, they play with it. They have music first. They build road G. I couldn't believe when I see on the news, you know, they said that the Ministry of Tourism built this road without no consultation from the Ministry of Works. Now, me said, no. And the news said so.
Right.
And when I said that, I said, well, bomb city. And then the Ministry of Works said, well, look to no kind of standard. I want to know who built it. So who put the asphalt? Where did the check come from? Who signed it? Who tell Minister Marlene you give a road? Who? Or for Crackerjack Road? But as the rain boom, say back, broke up. The coastal road, they had a big hullabaloo over. And then, you know what I mean? They insult my intelligence and they tell me that when they will have no other than the minute the guy with the chief engineer, I believe the road broke up. Because no fault of the guy who built it. And they go see the Crackerjack pavement. And for now, we're not doing no more Crackerjack pavement. But check the record, I tell you that from the phone and start to that. They still do Albert Street, that is where the whole country, they do the roads. I tell you that before that, they don't no engineer, they don't no Superman. But I tell you before I even start put a thing like that now, it's fraud. That anybody don't chip and seal nowadays, they are fraud. Because they are 50-year-old technology, but they do no bloody good. But because we corrupt, and we want to build road every 3-4 days, and nobody wants to get up and take, you know, because we're afraid to get rushing. That's the problem. Everybody, I believe, free to tell them, but they are no intelligent. On the thief, the big difference between thief and intelligent. On the building, what's up, the guys on the hustle per building, and we pay the hustling and we pay the price time and we take the lick every time. And every time they make the experiment and fail, it come back to me in taxes, it come back to me in inflation, and we continue to take the lick and we just sit down and take it like some simple picnic. And when the few will get up and talk, when they call it crazy, or they give it job, the first thing they call it, they offer your job, come be one consultant. I don't call me ever. But people used to be wicked, Nelson Mandela, in my opinion, type activist. And then the first thing is corruption they do, give them a job. And then they shut up. And then the rest of them don't want no job. Pressure with company and beat the hell up out of it. Anytime I get a chance to put David Almendarez under pressure, or Johnny Rosado under pressure, and pressure with and beat with, they do whatever they could do. But by the goodness of our job, we continue. God exists, and by the goodness of God, He gives us the ability to produce some good work. So the 2 seconds, I believe, they make good ambassadors. No matter if we, watch out. Yeah, I explained to our story when I did. 7 days I have to keep up on the face of it and continue work. I know a day and I tell and twist my mother. But not for the business to know that. And sometimes if we business, I always have a bad day. I put the work and put on a smile like everything sexy. That's the nature of our job. And that's how we make money. Sometimes when I see the examiner, they shine because I don't grind. I get up on 4 o'clock in the morning, fix my patch of diesel, go do my job, go come back home. So it's me make my money and I feel good, not vex with me. But like my government vex with you and fresh LEG. Anything with a middle class, anything with an objective opinion, they pressure we. Everything we have an objective opinion. Once you know the part of the corrupt scheme, once you don't leave a take $20 in your pocket warranty for $1 million and the country suffer, you're a problem, you're a detriment. And we can't expect to have a good country for the rest of our kids with that kind of system. We are turning to hate it. Then the right next to it, we will see where corruption gets out of hand, hate it, right they have it. But the African Republic is a big up the African Bocarasina and the new government. You know, the new leader, right? Keep the same military salary, never take the 2025 father like my leader do. He said I take the 2025 father, buy 50 tractors. 50 tractors. When you are being a country, we learn to produce things and stop import and stop beg. We are a country are begging. We beg this one, beg that one. You know, the kind of working on the house, but I couldn't tell you like the last night, and I never eat. And I want this and I want that, and we beg and when he comes over, beg for their teeth. That's a problem, G. And a big problem in our country, and we hope it get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And we just sit down and wait for better. You know, I take that. It takes constant change. It keep a vigilant community. It takes a whole country to keep a set of crooked politicians straight. Because they are in a position and they sound so good. They are trying out to UNAC. They don't have no corruption. They don't have do this and they don't do that. And now they're getting a power. They got everybody nice and sweet. They got everybody nice and sweet. Even the media nice and sweet. Everybody gets sweet nice, especially the media when I treat them nice so they're not that bad but way. And so we can't up in our truck. We have to be vigilant and objective and independent. I know because you give a nice fat salary right now. And because they're giving us sponsorship and all that, we have to shut up and stop talking about it. Because it's a detriment to our country. The way we go right now, that's the wrong way. And I just tell you because I don't have a company within a business for 20 years. For 20 years I work for myself, I don't know what it is to have a job. I have to tell you that the worst time ever right now for in a business. Inflation, cost of repairs. 20 years ago, we could replace a vehicle every 2 months, every 3 months. So now you can replace a vehicle for 5 years. It becomes too expensive to do business, I believe. And the politicians are not do good with the resources. They leave it the money where the country has. If you give another we are just put it back, blast our body. Because with the sponsor that of stupidness, I would waste the money. We don't have nothing for COVID. Anyway, I take up enough of the time.
All right.
All
right, brother.
You too.
David.
Yeah, David Almendarez, they're co-hosting from his phone. Yes, so the number for you to participate in this morning's conversation is 280-5848. Again, that number is 280-5848. We're a bit well, nearing closer to our first break.
Yeah.
But definitely, you know, please not make it feel as if though, you know, everybody is just sitting down and
Yeah. But you know, when you
or
listen,
accepting of what's happening.
Yeah,
right?
we got a call.
But we do have another call here. Caller, you're on the air. Please take off whatever you're monitoring, whether it's a TV, the radio, please, because then there's a crazy feedback.
Good morning, Brother Nuri.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Sister Kaden.
Good morning.
Do you guys believe in...
We're still getting feedback from your...
Do you guys believe in legal thieves?
In what?
Legal thieves.
Vegan thieves?
Legal thief? Legal thief?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You mean thief legally?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how you put them two together.
Because if you go to the grocery store and you used to pay $2 for something, however, you got $10. And there's no repercussion for that. Nobody will charge you for that. That's illegal thief, that's it.
Okay, I hear
illegal
you.
thieves, right?
I hear you.
Because I want to make some soup and I went to the store place and the price gone to the roof. You know?
Right.
There's no regulation. I mean, in that department, I said, I normally make my watermelon with some ginger, right? So I said, sell me a pound of ginger. So I pick up on the thing and said, $10. I said, excuse me, I don't want a pound of ginger then. $20.
Yep.
I said, somebody need to go to jail. Because this can't be. You know, you want a pound of cocoa, $6. You want a pound of alcohol, $6. Man, look, people don't need to sell marijuana again. They're going to just vegetable like a rich.
It looks so. I mean, according to the Statistical Institute of Belize, the inflation on vegetables is 15.5%. I mean, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The inflation on fruits is 8.6%.
Crazy.
I don't know how they expect people to live like that.
There need to be some control about those things, man. You know, we can't go like that. We are pricing things out of reach of regular people.
Right.
You know, and where food is concerned, you should not be denied of buying food. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. Next topic, they were talking about yesterday man about somebody was talking about transportation and taxi. So the people in with white picking up people for taxi. And somebody has mentioned that you don't need to have taxi place again to pick up people.
No, man.
But I think that is illegal because
of course.
If you have to do that, you have to change the law and make a law for it.
Right.
Because the transportation law says only people with
green plate,
green license can be considered taxi.
Right.
And the real crime happening in Belize right now, you have people who put on green plate or taxi and kidnap people and rob people, you know. So we got to be careful when we're going on that road, no? They're talking about the same character of Hoover.
Well, what they amaze me, Carl, is the amount of vehicles on the road that have no license plate at all. And they're traveling around. It's not like I see it once, I see it like for the last 3 weeks.
Or
this vehicle don't have no license plate.
Or they have these U.S. state license plates, California, Texas.
Well, I could know that they use that to say, well, all right, this vehicle just came in, it's for sale.
No,
but I'm seeing vehicles.
No, for months I see them with the California plates, I see them with the Texas plates,
the fact is,
Nevada plates.
They have so much traffic stops. How could these vehicles still be on the road if that is illegal to drive a vehicle without license?
Right.
If you get stopped and you don't have your proper license, you will get a ticket. So what's going on? These people are just accumulating tickets over a period of time?
Or not, maybe not.
No, I believe that sometimes the department don't have any plates, sometimes they don't even have stickers.
That's true, because I've walked around without, but every time I stop, I had to show this piece of paper to show that eventually they're going to get the plate. But I'm talking about months, my brother.
Of course, and that is not acceptable at all,
Yeah.
So the people who driving around with these, we don't like the plate, and these dark vehicles, those pigs inside the vehicle.
Yeah, I heard, and I'm just telling you this is second-hand information, that the vehicle that got shut up, that it was a tinted vehicle, and that whoever shut up the vehicle was shooting up the vehicle, assuming that the person who owned that particular vehicle is in the vehicle. But in reality, my point was, if it's tinted, man, it could have been children in there, it could have been anybody in there, and so we have a law that says you're not supposed to have tinted vehicle.
Right.
But from the highest in the society to the lowest in the society, everybody got tinted vehicle. Right. And I'm not talking about slight tint, I'm talking about total black tint that you cannot see who is in there. So when I heard about that shooting yesterday or the day before, about shooting in this vehicle that was totally tinted, assuming that the person they were trying to shoot was in the vehicle, and I think they said there was a woman that was in the vehicle, had just gotten out the vehicle. I don't know the details because I wasn't there. But what I'm saying, it brought to mind that if you are traveling around and your enemy assume that this is you, and and you might loan the vehicle to somebody, or you got children in the vehicle, man, look, that could have been a serious tragedy there.
Look at the flip side. Maybe it's a good thing that was tinted, because if it wasn't tinted, then that would not do, If it was clear, they don't shoot the vehicle, but they got to believe somebody in the vehicle, and that create one of these guys that maybe you don't know that's why they put the vehicle, because somebody was in there, So
I don't know if they may target the vehicle or they may target the person inside of the vehicle, And anyway, thanks very much, my brother.
You're welcome, though.
Yeah, we got to take our first break.
You have a good one there. We do have 2 Cents Cam, so I want to thank Fort Point Security for sponsoring 2 Cents Cam. Really, truly appreciate your support. Yeah. So we'll do 2 Cents Cam, we'll have a break, and after that, we will be right back with this Thursday morning.
Yep.
WUB.
You're watching WUB and this is XTV, all right? And state of emergency have called. We have done that, you have seen that, and we're getting people in 2 cents per state of emergency, all right? Now, we want to get the people in 2 cents on the crime situation in the country, where they happen over and over every day. Let's go find out the people in 2 cents.
Right now, I'm not happy with the crime situation, because that's the fill up for we business. Check? Because everybody don't want to come out, people want to stay in, people don't want to come out on the street no more. Because they're scared of their life. You check?
That's your 2 cents.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Make them start hang.
That's your 2 cents.
Because where will they go to that? Where will they go to? It's a loan stupidness now. From grass to grass.
Situation right now.
But it's terrible, my brother. It's terrible. But they have to find a solution. How will I find it? The law have to figure it out.
That's your 2 cents.
Yes, my brother.
Sir, what are your 2 cents for the crime situation right now?
But I mean, I don't know about that, man. I have not much to say to that.
Okay. The crime situation right now, the going on control, your 2 cents on it.
Well, I feel like it's not being safe, because you turn around everywhere, you hear gunshot and you hear stuff like that. So I guess our kids are not safe because they cannot be around the area, so in case any gunshot will fly and stuff.
That's your 2 cents.
Yeah.
What are your 2 cents on the crime situation right now?
For the crime situation, I don't really got much to say, because I'm not really into that, like the SOE and everything, so it don't really bother me like that. But I just...
America just happened right from there.
Yeah, I know America happened for last night, and police was up on the scene, but...
Okay.
it don't really affect me because like what I said from yesterday, I have home to work and thing.
Okay.
I don't bother hang out and thing, so I also don't advise the users so that if they come out for the streets and wising up, try to do something positive with their life and thing and carry on that kind of way.
Yeah, you're 2 cents.
2 cents, sir.
Bye. You go sleep, crab, you get up, crab, you can want get up. Break. I speechless, yo. I speechless.
Yeah, you're 2 cents.
I speechless, bad.
All right.
The crime situation rough right now. We're rough. I had a whole youth on the street and I know it's rough because there's a lot of little children to come up and they're in the school right like especially like how the school is set. Yeah, being rough this is the youth on the street right now.
Now you're 2 cents.
Yeah, my 2 cents.
How you feel about the crime situation right now, sir?
Boy, right now, make them do what they do. And we'll see what they go on the street after this. Hopefully they change. When they come out back, they change. Like,
that you're 2 cents.
That my 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents.
Brothers Abet is celebrating Super Handy Dads for the entire month of June with super handy deals that just can't be beaten. Give that super handy dad the perfect gift from our super selection like 15% off all power tools and hand tools store-wide, 15% off track car batteries, 20% off Eureka Vats, 20% off Decon Matte Emulsion, and 25% off Valspar and Dutch Boy paints. Plus, for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win $500 worth of tools for 3 super special dads. So give dad his best Father's Day gift yet from Brothers Abet. Come in or reach out to us today. Brothers Abet wishes all super handy dads a super happy Father's Day.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
Atlantic Bank is an institution with more than 50 years of experience in partnership with Belizeans. We have been lending to all industries. We have been investing in the growth and development of Belize. We are proud to introduce Atlantic Bank's micro, small, and medium enterprise loan program. The perfect solution to grow and enhance your small business. Let Atlantic Bank be your partner in making your small business dreams come true. Call us or visit any of our branches countrywide today to find out more about Atlantic Bank's micro, small, and medium enterprise loan program. We will talk you through your options and find the best financial fit for you and your business. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Make light work lighter and quicker with switch technology from Axi Power Tools. Axi Switch technology breaks the bondage of power cords and grants you the luxury of freedom and precision. Switch one battery across all your Axi line power tools effortlessly, allowing for quick and efficient work. Cut the cords. Choose efficiency with Axi Switch technology. Only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
The Office of the Prime Minister invites you to the National MSME Roadshow 2024. Join us for free workshops in marketing using AI, finance, business planning, and customer service. Connect with financial institutions for access to finance opportunities, meet with key government agencies, and showcase your business at the Roadshow Expo in an effort to get more locals to buy Belizean. We will be in Orange Walk Town June 13th to the 15th, PG June 27th to the 29th, Corozal July 11th to the 13th, Benke July 25th to the 27th, San Pedro August 15th to the 17th, Key Cocker August 23rd to the 24th, Pelmopan August 29th to the 31st, Hopkins September 13th to the 14th, San Ignacio September 26th to the 28th, Angriga October 10th to the 12th, Placencia October 18th to the 19th, and Belize City October 24th to the 26th. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Beltrade or call us at 880-3737. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. Let's get your business on the road.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back to Creme FM and XTV's WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this 27th of June 2024. 7:40 a.m. here in studios. Katie Numi Usher here with Nuri Mohammed. And we are back. The number for you to participate again is 280-5848. But you do want to share.
Yeah, we just got news before we get the next call. Just a moment ago that Mr. Tony Leslie, and many of you will remember him from Leslie's Imports there on the Northern Road, passed away last night. And so on behalf of our colleagues here, we'd like to offer condolences to his family. I personally saw Tony as a very giving person. And so, you know, we send out our condolences to his family for the passing.
Definitely. Condolences at this time.
So, I mean, we'll jump into we'll go to the call.
Sorry. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Yeah, brother, you
Good to hear from you, old bro.
It's the Usher. I didn't listen to the caller, and I didn't listen to saying Cam, no?
Yes, sir.
The vibes from these people is different how the politician is telling us. The politician is telling you everything good. The kids are paid with gold. Crime, they don't. And employment, they don't. Everybody, they work. People, they make money. What is it? What do they say? Well, we know this.
Well, I don't know if they did say crime the down, but I will agree to that. They've said yes to the other things. They did?
They say crime is down and both. But listen to what I'm saying.
All right, make I hear you.
So what we did see, what we did feel, something wrong with we? The price of goods, the man in the tailor every day, you go to the shop, thing they go up, $100, you go to the supermarket, you come out, you have to hold the bag, you have blades in your hand, and the $100 gone.
They don't lie, they don't lie. They don't lie.
What they say, after their family, and their close allies, and their friends, they do good. And the majority of we out there, they take lick. Even brother David, they tell you, you go on ministry and infrastructure, you know the ministry of tourism. They got a own infrastructure ministry where they build roads, they build streets, no regulation. The ministry of work said they don't know nothing. So when they go on, everybody they run their own show in this country.
It would appear so.
Everybody ministry they run like their own private business.
It would appear so.
No regulation. I don't want a situation where the workers, instead of workers, Cleopatra White, I have a patient, when I go there, especially for the dentist area, they're not going to waiting area like dentist there, that side. They talk about the dental area. The people sit down and want shed over there. When it rains, the people have to run to go for shelter. These are simple do's. You could do this easy.
Right.
You have millions and millions of the thief and the hustler and they just chopping this way. Or they could just build one of these sheds. Please. The workers, they ask me, they don't get vexed because of the talk. Don't get vexed. And then people have things bad.
Oh, yes.
And then they get vexed and pressure the workers.
But that goes.
Please, just one of these sheds. While you see it in area to the people like, please, you have to beg them. Because that's what you have to do. The people are like, God, no, you have to beg them.
Right, you have to pray.
You have to do this to the patient, after the workers will love the patient.
Right.
That's your picture one. That is wait for them, kind of like they left to me. I don't want to joke with them, brother. Zero. So let's please, after the workers, after the patient, if I was left to me, I don't want to joke with them. I don't smile with them, I don't play with them. That is rough. Out there rough, and the way I tell you, it's really rough. So we say, come now, a good thing on the do. Try to feel the pulse of the people.
Right.
And I could see the frustration. People really scared, people afraid, people take lick all over. So when the politician and the thing what we know they say, things good, when they come to them, things good, you look for them, they look good. They got the best of vehicles, brand new. What try to drive a 1992 car, that's my car. I have to keep on going, not thinking I'm a mechanic.
Not thinking you're a mechanic. Yours will last longer than anyone there.
Yeah, well, you know we are old school.
I know you that you know how to handle it. But my brother, I want to ask you a question, because I mean, where they say, you know, the old creole saying that fishermen will always say, the fish no stink. They always say that. And you are old enough to have seen all the politicians over the last 42 years. When a politician, both sides, do they talk any different when they change color? Is it any different, you know, I'm going to ask you. Was it any different when the UDP made in and they give you a picture, everything look all right? And before that, there was the PUP. Did you get any impression that they said, boy, things bad with our country? No, they have to present a good picture. That's the whole idea. So you need the media, you need the citizen, you need the 2 cent scam. To say, guess what? The emperor has no clothes. Because the propaganda over a period of time will always make you think everything is all right. That's the nature of politics. Absolutely. You know, here what Trump they say, when I get in, everything is going to be all right. And Biden they say, what do you mean, when you get in, things done all right. So it's a game that this politics plays And we who are under that kind of system need to understand, sleep with your own eye. You understand? Sleep with your own eye.
Right.
And make an assessment of the situation based on your own intelligence that you apply to the situation rather than feed on the propaganda.
Check your
but
change.
Most of us
check
your
change.
Change.
Check your change.
Don't
No
go
matter
with
what
it
somebody
nice.
tell you, I mean, you know, the job and the purpose of a politician is to say, I am doing well,
Thing is
of
all
course,
right.
because that looks good for me,
Which
that
politician-
sounds good for me. Which
Yeah.
politician until a girl say
Yeah,
the things bad?
and sorry, we don't got no money.
Right.
Which politician?
They will never do that.
They want speed
That's
out
their
of the
job.
office if you come with any kind of negative
right.
there.
So for we job, that we make sure we say, all right, you just say that everything's straight, but I could tell you this morning, I walked through an army and mosquito, and then, well, man, I cannot believe.
Yeah,
It's been months since I find a seat in at the bus.
Yeah.
So I hear you, Carla.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your contribution, as always.
I listen to you folks and they laugh because I know it's they always tell us things good. But they always lie to you, right? But I know a low lie they do it part time. They lie. That's what they say. Because they always say things good. And things bad. It's weird to you and things bad and then they say good. So they lie to it.
But you know, I don't know if you could, you know, the only way you improve the lie is that when you put the truth next to the statement. What I think it is what they call spin. I could take a situation and depend on how I look upon a situation, I could make one half empty glass look like, well, at least it's half full.
Right.
So, you know, and you have to understand, you can't blame the leadership for that. That's why we have the fourth estate. That's why you have the questioners. That's why you have people say, I hear you, but how about this? So people might look upon what David they said this man, oh, he always are negative and this. David is at 20 years in his business. He's watching his business. He has the right as any citizen to say things not correct with me.
Right.
So you're not supposed to put him down on this
Well, he didn't know, but he didn't
deal with
take
this
the
David like you know the mafia.
Right.
And you have some people in government like that.
Right.
What when he say we not give him no contract, we not give that one nothing.
Right.
Without the one will expect one scholarship for your daughter, he know they
Forget
get
it,
So
right.
we get intimidated and we're afraid to talk. But that's what the fourth estate is for. So even though I might have some issues with Jules Vasquez, Jules is doing what Jules does. That is what the fourth estate is about. I know I always swallow everything when he says because I have to sleep with my one eye with him too. But I'm saying to you that the nature of the kind of system we have here, what we call democracy, you must have that kind of thing to go on out in the public, or else we're under a draconian thing where everybody afraid for talk and we get in a corner, and then like Bolivia, you end up with an attempted coup. I don't know if you know there was an attempted coup in Bolivia last night. So people can only take so much and then they are blow. So it is up to the politicians to listen to where they hear they go on the XTV. Listen and hear, oh boy, I can't swallow it sometimes. I can't stand that Mose, I can't stand that Katie, I can't stand that Nuri. But I must listen because I hear where the voice of the people is saying.
Absolutely.
And Nuri,
Yeah.
You know what politicians get?
Yeah.
Independent thinkers.
Yeah.
Independent people could think to themselves.
Yeah.
Who could say true things and say when they tell the truth or they tell they hate you.
Yeah.
They love people when they talk, yes man, you got a man. Yeah man, like you, yes brother. That's what they like. But anybody who think independently.
Yeah. I want to say something else where I was reading.
That's what they hate.
Yeah.
They don't love people like that.
Carla, I was reading a book that I advise, and I used to say this more often. I'm going to keep saying it. There's a book by the late Honorable C.B. Hyde. It's a compilation of the articles that he used to publish in the Amandala. It's called Janus, and you can find it at any bookstore. I suggest you buy that book if you're not familiar with Belize and how Belize works. And one of the things that he said in the article, I was reading it again recently, an article where he said that the kind of democracy that we have now is always contentious because even after the election, the next day, the opposition starts tearing at the government, pulling the government. You can't even get your manifesto promises going. So here's his suggestion. and this is an elder statesman. He said, why can't the opposition give the government in office a 2-year run? Just to see where you want to do it, where you say. You got 5 years, but we are ease up and give you 2 years to see where you're going, and then after that, we'll start criticizing on the basis of that. He said, but no. He said, what we have in Belize, and by the way, it's the same thing with Trump. The day after the election, you start downing and downing and downing as though the opposition's role is to oppose for opposing sake. That's not your role, man. Your role is to do deep criticism and come up with solution rather than every little statement that is made, every little thing like you have to expose, have to expose, have to. He says, Mr. Hyde, what you do to the populace is you create one confusion in us from day one. And so therefore you're not getting the full energy out of your people. He says, be smart as the opposition and give the government at least one run. You are opposed then now, you're going after them, but you're getting that run to see exactly what you want to do over a 2-year period. I don't think politicians will accept that. He said that in 2010. So I don't think they're even thinking in that form. But I could see the sense in it that we can't be opposing just for opposition's sake. I saw the PUP do it with the UDP, every little thing back, every little thing back. Now you're in there and you're to get the same thing where you made it do. Every little move you make. Look at the progress that is made in certain areas. There ain't no progress there. Look at what they do. Look at this one here. Look what. So all of us they walk around with suspicion, especially politicians. None of we not trust them. We don't think we got no kind of good at all. And why? Because that's the climate that has been created for us.
Yeah, but I listen to your brother Nuri.
Yeah.
I listen to you and I understand what you say. But with social media now, everything is instant.
Yeah, there was no social media 10 years ago.
Right now, there was serious device, everything is instant, so you get worse before you get
Indeed.
So, that way back thing there, I know there's a big difference because everything right now is instant. They got your fight, they got your picture, they got your play, so you get one good, you keep that in check. Keep that in check. Nothing wrong with that. But we have to understand, you get it really the way to where they are doing things, but that's nearly 4 years now. Nearly 4 years.
But a constant from them get in. And no different than what they do when the UDP get in. It was constant. And, just give thought to what Mr. Hyde is saying.
This BTB music and food festival, I not against it. But I don't believe they should have used for real resources. I believe the private sector more should have involved in this than they use to we money.
Right.
Because when you use your own money, everything you got a microscope on them. But when you use somebody else money, when you have to pay back nothing.
Right.
Whether the concert or whatever make it, because you would make it, you don't lay in front. By the time you get people money and you control that and you run that like your own, you don't lay in front. And then you have to this music and that's the way they work with. Because people control maybe $1.5 million, $2 million for their concert and no accountability. Because they're not paying their money. They're not going to the bank and borrow money to get a concert, then you have to pay back. And this is why I don't agree with it. And it's time that people could make money off of it with their style and they could be either with them with that. But I not there with it when they use the public purse because they don't have to pay no account and they not get no account.
So you think it should be like? So we used to say, Carla, it should be like the expo and anything there where you get the private sector to come in and to run it and to be responsible for it. That's what we always say. All right, but you know what the tourism people they say is that then they use this as one opportunity to try make believe and bring one whole situation, and that you can't find no one group of people who could back that up financially. So then take the finance there. What we need is to see accounting. What we need is auditing, independent auditor. Not make you audit and then tell me the audit. Bring the independent audit, and then the independent auditors will say, we made money. It was of benefit. But it's a big story there, brother. And I think what you're saying generally is that we can't act as though things are right. Just because we hear the propaganda, we hear from the statistical Institute last night about, oh, things look good, we're better than 2023 and so on. So, but if people feel it.
Right.
Cliff the writer, they say he used ginger, and if ginger at $15, you know, so we can't act as though when you give the propaganda, which is your job, that everybody won't believe the propaganda, because some people they feel it. They know they hear it and they sense it and they feel it. So we need to understand. The politician, Mr. George Price, say if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Don't catch feeling and say, I'm going out of David. No.
Right.
Oh, that's why we don't want to spend nothing like XTV, because they like criticize. No, we are here for that job, man.
It's interesting to me.
Very good discussion this morning for the comments and things. Very good discussion.
Right.
You know, the opening of a calling and
yeah.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we trying to put.
Express, you know,
right.
Yeah.
Satisfaction, whatever.
Yeah, brother.
God continue to bless you.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much,
I appreciate
brother.
you too. But coming to that food and music festival, or music and food festival, whatever they want to call it, it's interesting to me that there is so much money available for culture, because artists can't get nothing out of that.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, because you know I got very ill on that trip and still recovering. But I was thinking about all the times I have traveled as a visual artist, as a writer. And every time I go somewhere, I act as an ambassador to Belize, because some people in these places that I go, they have no idea where Belize is or what Belize is or what it's about. And I think about all the times that I go and I have had such horrible experiences, I try not to even think about them. And never one day BTB or Niche say, hola Katie, we know you're not got no credit card. We know that travel has become totally digital when it comes to cash. But yet still, we don't have millions of dollars for artists who don't have no kind of love, affiliation, connection, or purpose in Belize. As in to say, if I'm not mistaken, Calibuds are what, they were Bermudan artists. Last year you had one of my artists, I love Spice, but Spice is Jamaican, right? Enough love and respect to her every single time. But my thing is, I am surprised that Niche and BTB have money for artists, but they only have money for enough for their mind, I guess, who the established artists and who the artists were that are not Belizean artists. Last year we had so many complaints from Belizean musicians about how poorly they were treated at that same music and food festival.
They treated the foreigners special, this special.
Right, and then
put we in like one tent.
Put we, you know, like, and so it was interesting to me that at the business forum at the Diaspora Summit, that Dr. Almendarez talked about the orange economy. And I said to myself, aha, I would like to get some figures on that orange economy, because he's saying, you know, oh yes, yours, the orange economy, the culture economy, but there is no culture infrastructure. Niche does not support artists who go all over the world and represent Belize. And that is not to say that the artists not do amazing work. We just saw 2 diaspora and Belizeans win Tonys, right? But where is Niche's hand in that? What the phone apart, right? And so my thing is, it's fascinating to me how much money the BTB and the National Institute of Culture and History are willing to invest in artists who are not Belizean artists. And it just, to me, the only word where it scream the colonization. Uno, I guess, not believe in our own artists, but uno could believe in our artists from Jamaica or from the States or from Bermuda or Trinidad or wherever the people come from. And I think that the high time that Belizeans say, you know what, we have to stop that. All this money, I mean, those artists, they don't need we. I surprise people still listen to Calibuds. I can't tell you the last time I hear a Calibud song and we don't have him as a headliner. Meanwhile, we have fascinating Belizean artists right here. We need the support. We need to make BTB and the National Institute of Culture and History develop our infrastructure so they're able to travel, get their visas, get their flights together, whatever it is that they need. So I would want Dr. Almendares, I know that they are going to do, he said, maybe he comes here, I don't know. But they're going to be doing a set of media appearances because they have the micro, small, and medium.
They have a facility for
the
small
MSMEs
businesses
that they're doing, and part of that, he says, is the orange economy. So if the orange economy then is only the music and food festival, then I think we have a serious problem, and that explains to me why when you're an artist, you move. And you move without any kind of support, and you move without any kind of backative, you know, and it's dangerous to me. And like you said, we've not gotten accounts for not the first music and food festival, not the second, and I don't know if we will get from the third. But I think it's time that we stop telling Belizeans that they must just sit down. I know a person, I have been criticizing the National Institute of Culture and History since 2008, and there are serious consequences to that. When they have Curry Festa or when they have any little bit of thing, they make sure I know where to give out, right? So you can't just tell people to, open in the mouth and holla, because there won't be serious consequences to that. There are serious consequences for being vocal. There are serious consequences to open your mouth. But what I would ask Belizeans to do, check your change. No matter when they tell you the how you live. And you don't have to always setting. But you can move different, and we need to be moving different at this time. And Carla, I do see you, but we're at the point where we need to take that second break. So I will ask you, Carla, if you could please
call back.
Call after this break, all right?
Yep.
St. Catherine has changed the game.
We've gone cashless with Digi Wallet.
Now grabbing a bite in the cafeteria is a whole new experience.
Who needs cash? We just pay with Digi Wallet.
And all our accounts are linked directly to our ID cards. It's quick, safe, and super easy. Download and try Digi Wallet today. Set trends. Keep it cashless with Digi Wallet.
Let us help you to empower your school with Digi Wallet. Streamline payments, elevate efficiency.
Power on with confidence. Design Depot brings you an attractive selection of GE appliances, including microwaves, washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, countertop appliances, and more. We understand the importance of appliances that not only endure, but also excel in performance. As your trusted GE USA authorized dealer, we stand for reliability and performance, ensuring that you can power on with confidence. Visit us today and power on with efficient, reliable, and energy-saving solutions with GE appliances from Design Depot.
Design Depot, all in one place.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
prescription. What are the best place we go?
Freetown Drugstore.
Bam City.
When the drugstore then close up the night and on Sunday and holidays, which one open?
Freetown Drugstore.
Bam City.
When you need somebody to talk to about your medication, who you are turn to?
Bam City.
We have been serving the general public for more than 30 years with fast, professional, and efficient services. We will continue doing so with honesty, integrity, and consistency.
This is the loyal Freetown Drugstore crew, always happily serving the general public at 28 Freetown Road, Belize City. Telephone 223-2876.
morning and welcome back to Creme FM and XTV's WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Thursday, the 27th of June 2024. Cannot believe we're at the 27th of June. To me, now like time just
nearly done.
just
6 months of the year gone.
Just a fly.
6 months of the year.
Right. So, Nuri, we are back.
Yeah. Well, we got a call that will come back as we have to
Right. That
them.
number for you to participate, 280-5848. That's the number for you to call. And yes, the caller come right back. Caller, you're on the air. Please go right ahead. Please take off whatever you're monitoring so we don't have the...
Yes.
Mr. Nuri. Always wonderful to have you people. I want to ask you a question. How most of our land is in the hands of foreigners, and how to get it back or buy it back, and prevent future handover and loss. The foreigners have more access and opportunity to a land. They could afford it more than we, so they will end up with all. So we need to make some changes.
Right.
Caller, the last statistics I saw said that 85% of the what I call quality land in Belize, quality land is owned by foreigners. A lot of it is because of us selling them our land. We sometimes get land from government, we get a piece of paper for the land, and then instead of develop the land ourselves, we do it in our speakeasy way, and you got some people, I know I name the ethnicity, that's ready to pay you cash for your land. And they recognize that land is real estate. And they realize that over a period of time, your land does not depreciate.
It appreciates.
As a matter of fact, when development starts in that area, the quality of the land or the cost and the value of the land goes up. And so there are a lot of people who do that. When I was in the diaspora recently, I learned that one of the growth industry in Belize are these realty companies. Century 21 and several of these big, huge companies in the United States now have representation in Belize. And they have the ready cash to purchase land. So when you see people standing in line, first-time landowners, you want to say, boy, the government is doing what the government has always promised, to give us land. And by the way, this land policy that we have is very unique to Belize. That not every territory in the Caribbean you could go and say, I want a piece of land, and you give a piece of land.
Not. Right.
We don't understand that policy that was started by George Price so many years ago to guarantee that every Belizean should have a piece of land. Yes, it has been corrupted, as the process of human beings always corrupt a process if you don't watch them. But it was an innovation that we have enjoyed that other countries don't enjoy. You can't stand up in the United States, we got so much land, and say, where my piece of land there? I'm an American citizen. They can't say that. But we in Belize have a sort of entitlement, where my piece of land there? But with that, we still have 85% of the arable land, good land, is in the hands of foreigners. And many of the foreigners that own our land don't even live here. They lived at China, they lived at Japan, they lived at United States, they lived. I remember somebody tell, I don't even want to name the name because you want to know, out of Texas, yeah, this man me own thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of our land. They're almost going back to one kind of BEC kind of thing, where BEC owned all the land. And you know how BEC owned all that land? My understanding when you read the history is that when a lot of them woodcutters came here, and they would go back and get banked, they would get investment. This is when the colony started to expand. They would get investment, and they would invest, and then their investment fell through. and then the larger landowner would accumulate or acquire that land. And they say over a period of time, that's why BEC got so big, is because they kept acquiring the smaller landowners who failed in their projects. And so we call it buyout in this modern lexicon or language, but that's what they were doing. So now you got that same pattern being done now. So it's not we Banya Belizean we own the Krong land are like only 15% of what is left. So kudos to the government, or both government, for to try give back some of this land that, you know, because it's a depleting resource that soon we will be living in somebody else's land. So I agree with you, Carla, that we are in a very, very serious situation here when it comes to land and real estate. And to reverse it, brother, to reverse that, how do you do that? Do you say to the government, start to put them people out? Then you have all kind of Lomi convention and Disya convention and then sending all kind of people. You know, so what we do when we mess with Ashcraft? Ashcraft never gone under the only free court. He carry into other jurisdictions to make sure that the judgment comes against us. And it's only when we not do our homework before we do it. It's only when we get too much in the daily small hustle and when they get exposed and you put that in front of a judge, they say, well, there was unfairness and corruption going on here, so they do it in the name of the plaintiff. So we got to be careful, my brother. You know, sometimes we shoot ourselves in our own foot, you know.
In some countries, no foreigner could own land.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Only citizens.
Yeah. We don't know like that, though. We don't know like that.
We need a law like that.
We got the reverse. In Belize, citizen can't own no land here. The foreigners own land here.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because we even have legislation to counter that, right? We have the Rural Land Acquisition Act, where they try to take away, you know, the way how BC may own majority of the land so that farmers could have a farm, right? That may, you know, they pass, you know, Alexander Hunter and George Price. And then also allow me, because you allow others, and then also we also have a Land Speculation Act, right? To prevent land speculation. And land speculation are when people buy land for cheap and then they sell it for high. So the problem with Belize continues to be enforcement, because I know that we don't have the we don't have the laws to protect the citizens of Belize. The problem is enforcement, because with all the land speculation act or bill and with act and with all the rural acquisition rural land acquisition act, you still have people, Belizean citizens, who are disenfranchised, and by that I just mean you have the average Belizean citizen when they own land, they are renting and they rent generationally. And then you have people who have absolutely no connection to this country and no care or concern. We own wide swathes of land, like you said, arable land, would mean that you could throw something and it will farm and it will grow, and or the coastline. The coastline belongs to foreigners predominantly.
And you know, to add to it too, Carla, we have an issue where we think that them people not carry with a court.
Oh, they will.
And if you see this last case here with the Zabani/Gabriel case, had gone all the way up to the CCJ, coming all the way back, and it's like as it goes up, as Dennis Barrow was saying, the Honorable Dennis Barrow was saying, then they get more. Because now these people, where the figure was around 1 million, now the figure is way up to about $10 million. So who will pay for that? It's not the people who sold it, it's not the government as such. Even if you say it's the government, it's out of the consolidated fund, which means basically that we pay for the mistakes that's being made. So the land policy, as Cordell was saying last couple of weeks ago when he was talking about the people down south, he says that basically the government will have to pay those people. We'll have to pay the people, because the way in which it was done, we're talking about the fly fishing area there by
Angel Fish Key.
Right. That the government will end up having to pay because it's private land. So the issue of land is a real hiccup in this country. And still, when you see the lines of these clinics that they've been having in every district, including in the United States, long lines, I must say, and I know they say nothing bad. The majority of people that went to the Diaspora Summit went there for land and immigration. They didn't go there to sit and listen, I guess because of the convenience of seeing it and hear it on the internet. But the majority that we saw there, hundreds of Belizeans we saw there over the last 3 days, standing in a queue to get their land issue or to get their immigration issue addressed.
To me, that was very promising, though.
Very. I love that.
The fact that, 85% of our land is owned by foreigners, in a very, I don't want to say healing, but a word was similar to healing, to see Belizean Americans approach, whether that's for entrepreneurship, whether that's for residential, whether that's for rent, whatever it is. It was very pleasing to me and healing in a way to see that Belizean Americans, they approach land, whether that they sort out their land, get a land title and or to purchase.
Absolutely.
Because, I have no qualms with Belizean Americans owning land because they're not Belizean just like we, and they have rights to it. And to me, I think that's how we can do it. You mean to say how we could solve that problem? Have to be diaspora, you know.
And they got money, they have access to money, they just need a way to do it. And a lot of Belizeans, look, I applauded the minister personally, Minister of Immigration, which was the Prime Minister, and the Minister of the Lands, Brother Cordell, that it was a great investment. And I would hope that they do it on the East Coast and in the other areas where Belizeans are, because those who are in New York area would have wanted to have that access but don't have it. And a lot of people, we realize when you talk to them, they can't afford to come to Belize and really do that. Some of them, still to try work them papers and still to try get access to be able to come here. Then many of them can't afford it. But they can see in the projection of their plans that, boy, I think I want to finish my plan in 10 years and I'm ready to come home. I want got the money for me. But when I come in 10 years from now, there will be no more land. So I congratulate the government for the investment because it had to cost. I think I saw Cordell must have got about almost 25 staff members gone. That's the tickets, there's no easy money to take those people there. But the benefit that come from it and the feeling of those people who were getting their land issue addressed, man, look here, what they say, it costs this, but the feeling was much greater
the value
than
of
it
that
cost.
is far more, far more. So I'm hoping, like you said, that is something that's going to be extended to different areas of the state, and if they can, to different regions, because like we said, the diaspora spreads beyond the United States of America.
Clearly.
And I connected with one of my very good friends who works at the immigration department and was saying that this is something that they do within Belize, because even here in Belize, dealing with your migratory concerns can be challenging, especially if you live in rural areas. So
indeed.
Definitely, the employees of those departments, they were working.
Yeah,
like
what?
Said, they were the hot tickets.
Oh
at the
man,
summit,
yeah,
sure.
and they were working.
The whole time.
They were working. There's no partying there. I mean, I in the party, but I'm saying, I never get a chance to go to the party at the end of it.
Oh, the gala?
Yeah, the gala.
Well, I hope it was good. I hope everybody who went enjoyed it.
Yes.
You
I saw some pictures.
For.
I saw some pictures, and then it bled up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what? And do a special dance, and but I never get a chance to kick up nothing there. So, yeah.
Shake a tail feather next time. So,
Inshallah.
Well, I think it's something that they plan to do every year.
Yeah, I hope so. I
and
hope so. And while we're at it, Katie, let us not forget to congratulate Aria Lightfoot, Mrs. Eckert, Supnandan Eckert, Brother Michael Young, and our own brother Mose Hyde, and all the facilitating persons.
And all that team of volunteers. There's a big
that
table of
made
volunteers.
that situation happen. Look,
Right.
it was a grand affair, and having been involved in this process of diaspora involvement over the last 35 years, I can tell you, this was a crescendo. It was one of the biggest of all the efforts that have been going on over the years. And I would have hoped, and I do hope, that there are going to be working points that come so that we know where we go from here. So it's not just, euphoric and we like it, and then what happened later and we don't know what comes out, what came out of it. We need to lay down certain, answer the question, what do we want? It may sound too broad. And Mario Lara, I understand what you're saying. It is complicated because it's not just 1, 2, 3. It's a big issue that we're trying to address. But I think the level of interest that was shown in the Diaspora Summit has brought it up to a level where I've never seen that kind of input coming from government. I've never seen that kind of input coming from the private sector. And I think that's showing that the ball is now starting to roll progressively. But it has a lot to do with the leadership that was provided, as I said, by Aria, by Sister Edkirk, Brother Michael Young, and from here, certainly, XTV was a pioneer in ensuring that Belizeans had access to that. So encourage us, man. Don't throw dirty water upon it. Encourage us. You know how much expense it took to try to do that in a poor company like this that is struggling to try to stay on top. So, and nobody never give no money. There was no government come in and say, here, we are sponsor way to try to do our crime because we see that, that this is a benefit. No, this is out of the love of Belize. This is out of being one of the pioneers of this conversation about diaspora involvement. And we hold back no punches. You go back and you study the history and you will see, coming even from the Amandala, this is the source from which this conversation has been going. And look at brothers like Bilal, look at brothers like Nuri Akbar, look at those others who are over there also plugging away at this idea of diaspora involvement when it was not a popular thing. When they talk about them people don't go on, man, we don't worry about them people. But I believe that people are now gradually starting to appreciate, there's something here, and maybe we ought not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, and maybe we ought to stop just depending on remittances, and make we see if we could organize this thing and get an even bigger result out of the effort that we're making. I think we're time for the break. I don't want to talk too much on this.
We will take that break and we will be right back.
The Office of the Prime Minister invites you to the National MSME Roadshow 2024. Join us for free workshops in marketing using AI, finance, business planning, and customer service. Connect with financial institutions for access to finance opportunities, meet with key government agencies, and showcase your business at the Roadshow Expo in an effort to get more locals to buy Belizean. We will be in Orange Walk Town, June 13th to the 15th, PG, June 27th to the 29th, Corozal, July 11th to the 13th, Benke, July 25th to the 27th, San Pedro, August 15th to the 17th, Keycocker, August 23rd to the 24th, Pelmopan, August 29th to the 31st, Hopkins, September 13th to the 14th, San Ignacio, September 26th to the 28th, Tangriga, October 10th to the 12th, Placencia, October 18th to the 19th, and Belize City, October 24th to the 26th. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Beltrade or call us at 880-3737. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. Let's get your business on the road.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, Dara is doing it big.
We're back on WB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this 27th of June, 2024, 8:35 a.m. My name is Numi Usher. I'm here with Nuri Mohammed, and we have slid into the Diaspora Summit conversation. Necessary conversation, like we said. You know, it would be good if these services could be expanded, even outside the summit. But definitely, I think that's one of the best features of the summit was, you know, facilitating the process of land and or immigration affairs concerns.
All right.
That number, 280-5848, I've been neglecting.
You're looking at my notes here.
I'm not so that far, no worries. So the number for you to participate in this morning's conversation, 280-5848. So then, Brother Nuri.
It's impossible for me not to have some comments on the rise again of the crime situation, the imposition of another SOE, and the kind of comments that have been coming, especially through social media, on what we're dealing with. First of all, you know, Katie, I have been involved in this for a very long time, right? And so sometimes...
And you've seen the evolution of not just the issues, but the different methods of remedying situations or addressing situations.
And because of that, and because of an approach that people know that I have been involved with for all these years, they tend to put me on the side, oh, he need to try to be soft with them, boy. You understand? Because my effort has been at interventions, it has been at trying to mitigate that set of circumstances that many of these youths find themselves in, and taking a more humanitarian rather than a draconian type of approach. But my approach has its backing in the if I could use the word, the science of what we're dealing with. We could all be reactionary and just run out and say, we need to broke some neck and boy, you need to cat a nine tail, and we need to start to make them boy, they in a jail, or we need to carry them back to Salamanca and just left them back there. We need to, as I saw in social media, we need to take the group and this one and a group and put them in a yard and make them just kill up one another. So it's obviously, you know, a lot of emotion involved in it, which I understand. I'm not condemning, because I understand it's a gut reaction that a lot of us have. The reason I don't respond like that is because I've been watching it over 30 years. And what I'm seeing is a cyclical situation here. Look, I could remember back in 1991, 92, an article written by Lionel Castillo with a picture right here in Amandala. A picture of a boy with his head, his brain, all over the bridge on Bell China Bridge. And that was the shock of the headline, because they, you know, in fact, Amandala was criticized for it, because what do you do? They put one dead man like that on the front page of the newspaper. But it was an attempt to make people understand how serious the war between the Crip and the Blood, as it was called during that time, was going on. And so it was over that period of time that we started coming up with adjusting our laws with the Crime Control Criminal Act 2, which then took away the discretion of the magistrate to look at the extenuating circumstances of those who came in front of him or her. They didn't have that. It removed that discretion, and it sent these youths direct to jail. And so we saw the expansion of the prison from what we were dealing with at Goa Lane, or what they call Jail Lane on Gabriel Lane, to where we have in Hattieville, which was an expanded prison because we had so much youths to get in trouble and they needed to incarcerate them. So we went through a high of this: pick them up because they got collars, pick them up because they need at the corner, pick them up because they got tattoo, pick them up, and these laws are there. So this is not the first time that we're in crisis mode. It's not the first time that we're attempting to try to see how we could impact these youths and ensure that they stop killing one another and start having us as citizens in fear. So what happened right now? To my mind, it is a virus that has not yet been effectively vaccinated. And so we vaccinated by these government programs, these initiatives that sound like we're really going to be dealing with them. And then after a while, that sort of peters out, and then the crisis starts again, and then we start all over with a new name to a similar initiative. So if you look at LIU, you could see the footprint of LIU going all the way back. It's 30 years. CYDP was an effort to try to get these youths from killing each other, try to find a way in which we could take those who are really interested in changing and lock up those who are not. So we have always been using what they call in criminology the carrot and the stick approach. And it's in the Caribbean. We will offer you a carrot if you're willing to change, and then we will come down hard on you if you refuse to change. So the carrot and the stick is the underlying approach to most of these initiatives that we've been trying with these youths.
But at the same time, while all of this goes on, there is no concern for inequality and unequal distribution of resources. Because to me, that the one of the biggest crime in Belize and in other post-colonial societies where you have very few with the majority of the resources, and then you have a wide swathe of the population, we have precious little, and every time having even less and less. We just reported in the news that right now vegetables inflation at 15.5%. That inflation per food, that no inflation per phone, that no inflation per luxury items, per jewelry, that the inflation per food, as in to say sustenance,
survival,
as in to say where people are eat. You understand? And so my thing is, there's a concern for, oh, lock up this one and lock up this one, but there is no focus on who has us in this kind of position here, who has created the scarcity and the lack, and who they hoard all of the resources while people they fall through the cracks. You have entire families falling through the cracks. You have entire families when I have food security, even though we have a food security ministry. And to me, this is some of the conversations where we're sorely lacking in our and with no disrespect to them and the organizers at the investment forum. You to talk about investment when simple things like what energy plan, prevention of rolling blackouts, they're not our concern. You had the Forex bros that talk about, oh yes, we're going to foreign exchange, but no consideration for Wi-Fi, who have access to internet. I just got a lovely little snippet from Wilma here that shows that you actually, me never know you have to do that, because again, that's my ignorance and assumption that because I have certain resources, those are accessible to all Belizeans. But he sends a message, puts the phone in our satchel, and actually have to hoist the phone like a flag into the sky so that they could get signal. So to me, a lot of times we are having these conversations, but the basics we know to look at. Right, and I understand we want put all kind of thing. We want high skyscraper.
Yeah.
We don't even know if we have the foundation we could sustain it.
I think
when I have been talking for years, I have been saying how difficult it is for me to travel because I don't have a credit card. That my mother have to put me on a credit card, and nobody cares. Niche no care, foreign affairs no care, the banking industry no care, nobody cares. The first time I hear anybody they try to discuss this or to try to solve it, and just a very rudimentary beginning, is when the Prime Minister said we're going to work on the national ID. I said, so it was such an easy problem to solve, and we just to try to deal with that, what, 2024?
I just want to put a few shovels full, because it's a big hole to fill. But we're in another crisis now. That's why we're in an SOE. And I'm hearing the voice of, we need to keep them in there longer. We need to be down more pressure. The government fault, the Chester fault. And I'm saying to you, maybe because of being in the trenches as long as I have worked with Commissioner Zuniga. I work with Commissioner Brooks, Hewington Williams, Zetina, Wiley, Jeffries, and now Commissioner of Police Chester Williams. And I'm telling you that you cannot blame the police department. Yes, they have their corruption, they have their shortcomings, and they have a huge responsibility with limited resources. Yes, you could put an amount of pressure on he who wears the crown, as they say, must take the responsibility. Certainly you could do that. But people who understand this problem, if it was a Belizean problem, if it was a black people problem, then you could narrow it down and start looking like that. But when you see that this problem is in Jamaica, this problem is in Trinidad, this problem is in St. Lucia, this problem is in the United States, then you have to take a more scientific approach. And that's when you start coming to say, what are the socio-economic circumstances? How come we not produce this in the Mennonite community? What is going on in the Mennonite community, how they raise their children, how they deal with their issues in their society? How is it that they don't have a gang problem? How is it that our gang problem seems to be concentrated among the poor? How is it that when we look inside of the prison, the 90% of those who are in the prison come from poor people? Why is it that we're seeing that they're coming from broken homes? It doesn't mean that the mother is not doing the best she can. It doesn't mean that the mother and father is not doing the best they can. But the economic circumstances, for example, you're saying, in order for you to eat healthy in Belize, the cost of food, the cost of vegetable, the cost of being healthy in Belize, the cost of having the necessary care so that your children don't fall through the cracks, is money that a lot of people do not have. So now, I was talking to a brother yesterday, and I was sharing with him, he said, but Nuri, I grew up poor. And that's what people throw in your face. Money and the shortage of money ought not to be the reason to justify why you commit crime, and I totally agree. Because most of us in Belize grew up at a time where we weren't in poverty to beg, but we had like one pair of shoes to make sure we walk barefoot, because when it was time to go to school, we had then tennis shoes to wear. We didn't have the luxury that we see going on with some of our children today with change over this and change over that. And we didn't commit crime. We never gone to no jail. We never even had their own police. So what is it now within the culture that even children who are coming out of homes that are not necessarily impoverished are involved with crime? So we simply can't say, oh, this is because of Chester. And if we get rid of Chester, you don't know how long Chester should have gone long time, or Kareem should have been gone long. Look, replace them and watch the next 6 months and see what will happen. Then I hear some people say, why we can't do that El Salvador thing? Why we can't use Bukele? Make I tell you why you can't use Bukele. Because that level of draconian movement comes from a culture. You study the history of El Salvador over the last 30 years and see the civil war where they were killing their own people. Duarte was nothing to play with. Hit squad, death squads they used to call them, caused the Salvadorians to flee. Many of them came here and many of them went to the United States. And when they went to the United States, they caused a kind of a mafia move. They started studying the gangster thing there in South Central, and they themselves developed themselves into a very organized, lethal M13, and they were lethal. And when they America started to deport them in the thousands, and they went back to Salvador, they caused havoc in the society. So everybody understands why Bukele.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's home patient in 3.
Yes. So we understand. The bottom line is that it is the social pressures that has created a Bukele. Do you think that those kinds of circumstances exist in Belize? Do you think if you could go out and start rounding them up and treating them the way you see they're treating those gang members in Salvador, you think that can work in Belize? We have an SOE and we see mothers the ball and know that, and my son they do that. And how about if you do that in the thousands? Do you think that mothers and fathers would sit back and allow that to happen in Belize? So wake up and smell the coffee, man. We do need to use different strategies to be able to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. But don't go off the deep end and start being unrealistic. It is unrealistic to think that you can apply a Bukele solution to the problem that exists here. We stop for the break.
All right.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's home patient in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation Jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Box with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation Jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
When I move, you watch my step. I give you and nobody else. I start like a canary. Oh, you be
distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
And just like that, we're on the borderline of 9 a.m. It has been a great show this morning. I really want to thank all the callers for your contributions. We definitely appreciate hearing what's going on.
And it was lively this morning. Thank you very much for those calls. Can I just say that I know that I didn't complete some of what my thoughts are on the matter of the crisis that we're going through. And inshallah, if I'm here tomorrow, and I might take a few minutes to complete what I've written.
And we definitely have to talk about it. Crime is a hot topic.
Yeah.
It's definitely connected to the inflation. I can't see how you're not connected. You can't have all the food so expensive, cost of living so expensive. Yes, you say unemployment is down, but at the same time, you know, there are barriers to employment. If you have a record, that's a barrier. If you live in a certain neighborhoods, that's also a barrier. You understand? Public transportation in Belize is a joke, that's also a barrier. So there are a lot of conversations that we need to have, and this is your field of expertise, and so I'm looking forward to whenever you're available for us to have that conversation, that we do have that conversation and expand it.
Yeah, but I remember that the PUP criticized and condemned the UDP when they were making efforts to try to address the issue of crime. And now the UDP and Mr. Barrow is now criticizing the PUP in their effort to try to deal with the crime thing. I know that the crime thing is sexy, but please, I've been saying for years, we've got to take the issue of crime out of the politics. Just like we finally took Guatemala out of the politics because it was a time we don't want no Guatemala, we depend on that kind of situation. We need to move. This crime thing is an existential problem. It doesn't go away by which party is in. We need, as a matter of fact, for both parties to work together in order for us to solve the crime problem. I'm coming from somebody who did a river Batam and could tell you the reality is we're going to go through a yin-yang if we continue to play politics with crime.
So definitely want to say thank you to everybody who watches, streams, listens. Totally appreciate you. Definitely thank you, dear co-host Nuri Mohammed. Appreciate your contributions. Have to thank, of course, our crew here, Larry Guerrero, our Premier FM simulcast, Harlan Wagner Sr., our MCO this morning, Clifton Lewis on the camera, on the audio, and all the setup before we got here. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Definitely have to thank Sister Yaya for covering for me as I convalesce and heal from that.
and all your notes, I don't think I always go to your whenever you send it. Right?
Much appreciate, and our brother Mo's there in the States. You know, thank you for covering for us, and thank you for being
and
there.
No get used to that sitting in LA and talking to us. We want you, virtual. We want you right here.
Yeah. Well, we do the best we can. Do the best we can of what we could.
Indeed.
Hopefully we can do this all over again tomorrow, Belize. But for now, Belizeans,
stand strong.
Right. Go through.
And stand firm. And do the right thing, because it always comes back around. For now, we God!
Wake up, Belize. 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 Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place. So calling WB.